I've worked for 40 years, so I'll get the full state pension, right? Now, that was the opening line from a client I met a few years ago. He was nearing retirement, confident that he'd done everything right, and to be fair, on paper, he had. But as we dug into the details, it became clear he didn't quite understand how the state pension is calculated. And he's far from alone. You work, you pay national insurance, you retire, you get your pension. That's the basic idea most people have in their heads. But over time, you'll see there's a lot more nuance behind the scenes. The current state pension system, for those who reached pension age after April 2016, looks simple from the outside, but when you start pulling on the threads, it reveals a mix of old rules, transitional arrangements, and personal history that can really affect the final number. If you don't understand how the state pension is calculated, you might be in for a surprise. I've seen people overestimate what they're due, or just as often, underestimate it, and make decisions based on that. In both cases, it affects confidence, planning, and long-term security. The good news is that you don't have to memorize the rules, but it does help to know what goes into the calculation so you can take steps if needed, or at the very least, not get caught off guard. So firstly, the full new state pension is £230.25 per week as of 2025-2026 tax year. This is the headline amount, but to get it, you usually need 35 qualifying years of national insurance contributions. That could come from employment, self-employment, or even credited time. For example, if you were claiming certain benefits or raising children. You then need at least 10 years to qualify at all. If you've got fewer than 10 qualifying years on your national insurance record, you might not be entitled to any state pension. It's not a gradual build-up until then, it's a hard cut-off point. Your record might include pre-2016 legacy entitlement. This is the part that trips people up. If you've built up entitlement to the old basic or additional state pension before April 2016, that's factored in when calculating your new state pension through what's called your starting amount. Your starting amount could be more than the new full amount, in which case you may have a protected payment, less than the new full amount, in which case you can build up more through extra qualifying years after 2016. It's a hybrid system, especially for those who were well into their careers before the changes kicked in. Now, as mentioned before, you can check your forecast online. This is the step I always walk clients through. The gov.uk state pension forecast tool gives you a clear breakdown of how much you're currently projected to receive, how much qualifying years you have, and what you can do, if anything, to increase it. It's free, quick, and incredibly useful. Voluntary contributions might help also fill out the gaps. If you've got missing years, you might be able to pay to top them up, but it's not always the right move. I always recommend checking your forecast first, and ideally getting guidance based on your situation before making payments. The lesson that stuck with me over the years is that understanding the state pension isn't about obsessing every single rule. It's about knowing where you stand so you're not planning your future based on guesswork. One of the most powerful things I've seen in my work is the moment when the client goes from, I think I'll be okay, to now I know exactly what I'm working with. And in my experience, financial freedom doesn't come from getting everything perfect, it comes from getting clear. So if you've never really looked into how your state pension is calculated, or it's been a while, take 10 minutes to check your record. It's one of those simple steps that can set the tone for everything else.